Hey y'all, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rochelle and thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, I'm going to be closing out April weeks 2 paycheck budget, looking at April weeks 3 paycheck budget, and doing the cash planning for April week 3. So if you want to see how I do all of this, then just keep on watching. How are y'all doing? I am doing well. So y'all, today, like I said in the intro, we're going to be closing out last week's paycheck, which was paycheck date 4/11. If you have not seen how I break this down, then I'll leave that video linked here in the card so you can go ahead and check it out. But let's go ahead and close this out. So last week we were working with $803.27. Here are all of the bills that I paid last week. Again, you guys know I don't disclose my tithes. After paying all of the bills, we were left with the bill total was $533.68. We were left with $269.59. And then coming down here, let's look at the envelope section here. For my envelopes, which are my everyday cash that I carry in my wallet, I stuffed $135. So let's see what we have left so I can go ahead and close this out. And I did not put the extra savings here from last week, y'all. Let's see here. I can go ahead and do that now because the extra savings was $48. So 48, and I got that from the previous week's envelope amount that I had left over. So wallet savings, it was $48. And I did not count this into that. I just want to notate that. And now I want to come in, and I think I'm going to highlight it. Let's use this pink one here. So that way when I come back and look at everything, then I'll see how much I had left over for savings and then where I got it from. Okay, so I have my wallet here and we're going to see how much I actually spent as opposed to my budget or what I budgeted for. All right. So I started this, but I got confused, y'all. So I just had to stop the video and we had to regroup. So we're going to look at my envelope, my wallet, to see what I spent versus what I budgeted for. So in coffee doesn't have anything left. So we spent all $20 of coffee. Eating out, I allotted $30. We don't have anything left. So I spent $30. Spending, I budgeted for $30 and we have 10, 20, 30 left in spending. So spending, did not spend anything. Gas, I allotted $45. We have 20, 45 left in gas. And again, you guys will see what I do with this leftover money. It's not extra, just leftover. Well, it's left over for this paycheck breakdown. Okay, and then miscellaneous, I budgeted for $10 and I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 in miscellaneous / buffer. All right, so I didn't spend anything in there. So I spent a total of $50 out of my everyday carry last week. And that means we have left over $85. Y'all, that is pretty good. Okay, that is pretty good. Okay, so that's closing out the budget for last week, because like I said, all the bills and everything was paid. And then I just wanted to look at and bring you guys up to speed on my envelopes and how I did with that. And I have decided not to do expense tracking because I'm spending out of my envelope, my cash here. So I don't see the need to write down everything that I'm spending. Now, if I do some online purchases, that'll go in the back. I do have that expense tracker at the back. So if I do that, then yeah, I'll put that there. But as of right now, I don't feel the need to do weekly expense tracking. Okay, so I would say that this week, y'all, this week is an A++ on closing out the budget. So give myself an A++ on this week's budget. Left over $85. Okay, so now let's flip to this week's budget. So that was last week, week 2, paycheck day, April the 11th. So flipping forward to this week's paycheck, which is dated April the 18th, again, week 3. What we're working with this week for our budget is $842.70. What I had to pay for bills was Netflix, $27.05. I know you guys are probably like, geez, that's a lot. But you have to remember, we're a family of 5. $27.05, I think they went up though, because we were paying $24.89. And I want to say they went up to $27.05 like this year. Okay, so Netflix, $27.05. Apple, these are 2 transactions combined into one. That's how it came across in my email, because the 2 subscriptions are doing this. Both of the subscriptions are due on the same day, so it came across as $19.46 as one amount. I could break this down. I think it was Canva and something else, but anyway, $19.46. Personal loan, $237.47. Right, I went to the groomer on Saturday, so that was $92. Well, I budgeted for $92.01. Y'all, actually spent $105 after the tip, and after his ears they charged me a dematting fee for his ears. Now, I did brush his ears out, so I don't know why they charged me that, but I don't know, I was kind of anticipating that they would see his ears and say, oh, we had to demat them, but it was $5, okay, and then the rest was for her tip. But she said his body, all of his legs and paws and stuff, everything was good there. I had brushed him out really good there, but they did charge the dematting fee for his ears. Now, I told them, I said, y'all need to cut his ears, because at first they were cutting them too short. Y'all, now he looks like his ears are so short again, but I don't care. But when would go to eat and drink his water, his ears would get in the water bowl, and he's just dripping water. So no, I said, just cut the ears. So cut his ears. So anyway, I budgeted for $92.01. I actually spent $105, and what I should do is I'm going to come in with the red pen, and we're going to put this in red. So now I need to write this out and mark this out in red. Whenever we come in over, I'm going to write it in red so that you can see. So 105. Okay. I think that might be the only one. My nails, I budgeted for $55. I just went on the higher end because French is $50. And then when you leave a tip, either $5 or $10. And then so I just budgeted for that amount. But I actually just got a color, and it was, I want to say $43. And then I rounded up to $10, and so I left for a $7 tip, made that $50. Now, Netflix, Apple, my personal loan, the groomer, nails, that all totaled to, or the actual total is $438.98. The budgeted amount was $430.99. So let me do that also. Let me remember, $438.98. I'm going to have to get another one of these because I don't like how this is unless I just glue that. It's moving around too much. What did I say? $438.98. $438.98. Okay. So now let's look at the envelopes here. My envelopes that I carry in my wallet always totals $135. Again, that could, if you're new here, that could, I say this every video, that could fluctuate. It could go up, it could increase, or it can decrease. But right now we're keeping it steady at $135. How do I get the $135 number? Coffee, I budget for $20. Eating out, $30. Spending, $30. I allow for myself for the week. Gas, $45. Miscellaneous and buffer, $10. That amount totals to $135. When you subtract the $135 from the $403.72, let's see. So $842.70. Let me just show y'all the breakdown. Minus, we're going to go back up here to the bills. $27.05 minus $19.46 minus $237.47 minus $105 minus $50 equals $403.72 right here. Okay, bring this number down to the budget amount for leftover from my envelopes. So $403.72, I put that in both the budgeting column and the actual column. So we're going to subtract coffee, $20. We're at $383.72. Eat out, $30. $403.72 minus $20. $383.72 minus $30. $353.72 minus $30. $323.72 minus gas, $45. $278.72 minus miscellaneous and buffer, $10. $268.72. That's our budgeting amount. Okay, this is our leftover amount. This is our budgeting amount that we're going to use to cash plan. All right, when we get to that part. Now let's look at the total income here. I'm not going to put anything in sinking funds. Like I said last week, I'm concentrating on emergency fund, $20 Friday, and a 52-week challenge, savings challenge. Sinking funds will come later. Okay, nothing for extra savings right now. After this week is up, when this week is done, if I have money left over after I do my cash stuffing, then this will go here for my extra savings. Okay, so now the total income. So you take your total income, which is the $842.70, minus, in the parentheses, bill total 1, which is $438.98, the actual, not the budgeted amount, the actual amount, plus envelope total, which is number 2, which is $135, plus sinking fund total, number 3 here, nothing here, and the savings total, nothing here. Okay, so $438.98 plus 135 equals, is that right? 438.98 plus 135 equals 573.98 minus the 842.70. It should give us the 268.72. So there we go. It says negative, but it's not negative. 268.72. So now this is where we're going to use the cash plan with. Okay, so flipping over here again for pay date 4/18. So first off the bat, we're gonna look at, so my wallet, 135, 5 ones, 2 5s, 4 10s, and 4 20s. My $20 Fridays, one $20 bill, so it's gonna be $120. Emergency fund, $50. Each bowl is worth $50, so we're going to put $50 there. So I'm going to get $150. The 52 weeks challenge, we're on week 16. So I'm breaking that down into I'm sorry. Wait, did I do that right? No, one $1 bill, one $5 bill, one $5 bill, and one $10 bill. Now, let's total this, and then I'll make some adjustments after the fact if I need to. 135 plus 20 plus 50 plus 16 is $221. So this is what I'm going to take to the bank well, I am going to go to the bank and let the teller know I need $221, and I will have it broken down with this. Okay, so total amount $221. So for $1 bills, that's a total of 6. No 2s, 5s, that's 3. 10s, that's 5. 20s, we have 5, and 50s, we have 1. So $6 for in the ones column. 5, nothing in the 2s column. What? No $2 bills this week. 3 5s, that's 15. 5 10s, that's 50. 5 20s, that's 100, and then 150, that is 50. Now let's add this up to make sure that we're correct. So 6 plus 15 plus 50 plus 100 plus 50, $221. So everything is correct. So this is the amount that, this is the amount that I will tell the teller when I do my breakdown, my bill total breakdown. So y'all, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed seeing how we fared for last week and closing out April week 2, the paycheck budget for this week, and also the cash planning. So y'all, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at JustRachelleW. And thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.